guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Right.
What's going on, everyone? NCAP24 here from HuddleGG. In today's video, we're going to talk about some of the most unique routes in the game, and it all comes out of one playbook called the run and shoot. Somebody asked me the other day if I had to start over and not run the Giants game plan, what playbook would I want to be in to just attack the meta? And it's 100% run and shoot. And today I'm going to show you about 5 or 6 different unique routes that you could only find in run and shoot. There might be scattered one here, there, in other formations, but you're going to see why. Okay. Now, I'm going to challenge you guys before I get to this video. If I get 100 likes on this, I will drop part 2 next week of showing you even more routes that I absolutely love in this run and shoot that are unique that can attack the meta. Okay, so let's start off with the first route here. And this comes out of the gun trip slot close, the streak and the streak X shallow. You see that route that's in the inside? It's got this nice little short cross when it goes up. What I love about run and shoot is that you can find this in a lot of different, they duplicate their routes and their plays in a lot of different formations. So say I want to do it in trips open. You see this hitches play? It's got that same route, right? So a lot of times what you can do is have the same concept, but do it out of different types of formations, and it kind of hides your intentions, right? So let's go back to the play that we're talking about here, and we're just going to call it play streak. And what I'm going to do here is, first of all, set up the meta. It's the double walk down, basically cover 4 shell. Sometimes they're going to have this guy, do a loop, move this guy, move loop. Sometimes he's going to come down here. Just for the sake of the video, I'm just going to do the touch and go type deal over here, right? So, they're always going to basically do underneath coverage when it comes to hard flats. And it's kind of one of those things which you have to attack in the right spots. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the A over. And what that's going to do is it's going to kind of give us that type of out-up type of look. And we're going to put this RB on a drag. And then this X, instead of having him go to the outside, I'm just going to put him on some type of route that goes up the field. So I'm just going to do like a curl route stemmed all the way up just so that it's a straight line. And what you're going to see here is that the RB is going to go to the left. He's going to get that nickel corner that's got the X basically all glowed up there to shoot down. Once he shoots down, we're going to throw it to the A. I like to pass lead it back towards the quarterback around the 4 o'clock position. So you kind of see this here. And what you can see is the A is going to go this way. It's going to come back. And then you're just going to be able to throw this ball right here for an easy catch. It's one of the best routes in the game when it comes to throwing away from the user, throwing away from everybody. What I was trying to tell you before is that this nickel corner here is going to widen out, and then he's going to drive. Once he drives like this, that's when you know that he's going to be open. He's driving once this guy hits the hash mark, right? Once he hits the hash mark, he drives. We're going to throw this ball out here, and you can see how it's going to be an easy catch for us. And that is the first route we're going to talk about. So the next unique route we're going to be looking at here is this switch curl play. And it's going to be very similar to the one we just talked about, but I feel like this one's a little bit easier to throw. And you don't have to pass lead at all. You can just basically throw the ball, and it's going to be a perfect pass lead to the outside. And it's this switch curl, the slot receiver here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do the same type deal. We'll put this X here now on a fade. And we'll put the A on a drag, block our running back. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to half slide right. Okay. Now what we're going to do to get this guy open is basically let him clear, and we're not going to pass lead. He's going to have a natural ability to hit the outside. So once he clears that nickel corner that hits on a hard flat, he's going to drive like the last play going after the B. And what we see is this guy goes this way, and now we're just going to press the Y button. And you can see how we're going to get that catch on the sidelines. That was a little bit maybe too early. I didn't let the X drive him back. I could put him on a curl as well, just to go drive him back a little bit further down the middle. Right, same exact type of setup that we're looking for. Just again, the Y instead here, right? And remove this guy down again. Same thing, and make sure that I slide half slide right. And we're going to go ahead and stop this guy. Once this Y gets out, you're going to be able to throw this ball. Easy throw on the sidelines. And you can see how this is going to be a really nice completion against the meta, where they're going to have a hard time, basically stopping that user-wise. If they try to switch stick to it, you always have the drag underneath to have an easy throw and be able to get your easy yards. So the next 2 routes are going to come from the same play, and that's going to be the Z read play of the gun spread slot close. The first one I want you to look at is this slot receiver on the left. It looks like it's doing a wheel, and then it's got options. Well, the options are that it goes and basically breaks towards the inside, so it's a wheel in play, okay? And then the second route one we're going to talk about is the red route, and we'll get to that in a second, right? So what we're going to do here is call the Z read, and this time we want to be on the left hash, where the other 2 plays were on basically going towards the wide. This is going to go towards the short side of the field, okay? We'll do the same thing. We'll just move these guys down. We'll blitz that guy, right? And what we're going to do here is we're going to put this X on a fade, and we're just going to put this A on a drag, okay? And what you're going to see is that this Y, if you look at his route, looks like he's doing a wheel, and then he's going to go and do that light type of yellow where it goes to the inside. And this is going to be the perfect route that goes outside, and then once it goes in on the break, it's one of the easiest throws you're going to make. You're going to have an easy, successful throw. And when I say this is probably my favorite route, it really is, or this play, because of the backside route as well, which is this B route. This B route does, basically, it's going to go and do a post, and then see how that little tiny stop route is, that underneath little arrow that's kind of faded out? That's what he's going to run, but it's not that shallow. It goes past 10 yards before he does it, right? So if I do something like this to where we're going ahead and doing the same thing, right? Go for a drop, and then we'll move these guys down. Let's say they blitz both these guys, and then what they're going to end up doing is they're going to take this A, and they're going to go to the left because they want to stop it, right? Want to make sure that we talk about it in that regard, right? So we do this, and we do the same exact thing. Put the A on a drag. You're going to see how this B route goes to the outside, and then he's just going to stop right here. And it's one of the most tender spots in this defense that you're going to have such an easy throw. But you can see here again, we got the player on the left that's got his route, but then we go over to the right, and you can see he's going to do this post, stop, and it's one of my favorite routes, and you can be able to hit him really easily for basically a 1-2 type read. Just read the user. So now we've got two more routes to show you, and this next one is going to be out of the trip slot close divide special. I'm talking about the inside receiver. It's the yellow route when it comes to this. And I want you to think about like verticals from the past at a gun bunch, okay? Where what I like about this route so much is I'm actually going to stem down the RB twice. I'm going to stem down the A twice, okay? And I'm going to put the B on an out route. What happens here is the A is actually a very, it's a delayed route. And because it's a delayed route, it allows for basically everyone to back up. It allows for the ability for the cover 4. Let me make sure I set this up. Cover 4, hard flat to widen out to the right side, and basically allows for basically a delayed throw, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you this. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to obviously going to half slide right so I can pick this up. But the reason why I like this so much, it's not a wide wheel. When you in verticals, it's a wide wheel, and it's really hard to pass lead to the inside away from basically the hard flat, because the hard flat's going to widen. This route, when we stem it down, it's basically an outside release, so it's a delayed wheel type of release. But then see how it goes to the inside? That means we can pass lead it inside. So you watch this here. This guy's going to go in, it's going to go out, and you can see how we have that ability to throw it real quickly. I didn't have to pass lead at that time, but I want to make sure you see how this works, because if you have to pass lead, you can. So this guy goes, see how he gets delayed on the Y? Then he goes outside, and then you're going to see here that we've got basically a 2-man option, right? The user's going to have to pick 7 or 1, right? And you can see how we have an easy throw to 1. Everybody's going to be in that little spot again that we tacked on that post-stop route, and it's going to be really easy there. We've got this throw here. If they decide to do any type of vert hooks, you can see how number 5 is going to get open on the right-hand side. You can see how we've got 3 options really quickly. They're going to be able to beat the meta with this route. So now we're at the last, and I saved this one. I think it's the best one in the game. And it's this all go at Pistol trips open. And I'm talking about the outside receiver on the trip side. This route, you think you probably see it in other plays. You don't. This one is the only play in the game that I know of that has it. I can go to some other formations. You say, like, you know what? I can go to this gun trips close, and you look at these go plays. They look like the same route. It's not the same route. The one out of pistol, and there's reasons for it being so good, has the ability basically to get to the outside really quickly and be able to get this. Now, if you look at this, this is the way it is. If you're a right-handed quarterback, leave it this way. If you're a left-handed quarterback, flip it and go towards the wide side, because it's a pistol formation, and you want your quarterback's handedness to be towards the side that you're throwing to. I'm going to show you this. All you got to do is catch it and throw it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is do cover 4 drop. I'm going to shade underneath. I can do this where I blitz this guy, I blitz this guy. It doesn't matter what we're blitzing, right? I just want to make sure you see this, okay? We're blitzing everybody. And what we're going to see is this X. When we catch it, all we're going to do is take our left analog before the snap, right? We're going to keep it towards basically the sidelines, right? Right around that 9 o'clock spot. Catch it and throw this ball out here. They cannot get to it. It's the easiest 10 yards you're going to get. And it really goes ahead and makes people have to scramble what to do, right? People that run this meta, they don't know how to adjust. They run one way, and basically if they try to adjust, it's really, really not in their best interest. But I'm going to show you what could they do to adjust. First thing you can do, they can man up the outside guy, right? But guess what? You man him up, he goes out there. What if they try to man up the nickel corner, right? Man him up, he goes out there. So they cannot, when they're in base line, be able to make an adjustment for man coverage where they're going to basically give it away, right? So let's just go ahead and reset it. And then what we're going to do here is show you that if they go ahead and try to do some other things, I'll just do it. I'll show you the rep again just so you can see it right away, and then show you how consistent it is, and then I'll show you another thing that they're going to do, right? So here's cover 4 drop. Same thing. I'm not going to blitz everybody. I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you. You can see here again, very, very consistent. I throw this ball out here, drop throw, easy throw to the outside, right? One of the best throws you're going to make when it comes to beating this. Now, somebody in the crowd right now is going to say, oh, I would easily do this. All I do is put them on a cloud flat. That's how it stop a speed out, right? And I'll just take this guy and put him on a deep, this, right? Well, unless they take this Jenkins and they move him all the way out here to help them, they can't stop this. So if they leave him down here, you have nothing to worry about. And the reason why is because this is an easy read. All I'm looking for out of that corner on the left is that if his first steps are towards the sidelines, then I know it's cover 2. If it's not, then he's dropping back. And it's going to be an easy throw. So if he doesn't go, so I watch him, see it goes towards the sidelines, I know it's cover 2. All I got to do is wait on it, and you can see how that guy's never going to get over there, and it's going to be the easiest touchdown you're going to have, right? So when you look at him, if you look at it cover 4, you're going to see real simple, basically you go, I want you to look at the corner. You can see how he goes backwards. Easy throw over here. And if he goes to the sidelines, you just wait and throw it over. And that's why I think it's one of my favorite routes in the game, why I think it's really, really a great scheme, the run and shoot, that if you want to, tired of the meta and you want to be able to, basically dot at will and people just have no idea, what you're doing because they've never faced it all year, it is a great playbook to use. Like I said earlier in the video, guys, if you give me 100 likes on this video, by Monday, I'm going to drop this on Friday, we'll go ahead and we'll get you a part 2 of this, and I'll show you some more unique routes and run and shoot that you can beat the meta with.